Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking, is this the end of hyaluronic acid? For years, brands have been super lazy, packing their skincare products full of hyaluronic acid because they know it gives us an immediate but very temporary plumping effect on the skin. Because as humans, we really crave those immediate quick wins and effects, hyaluronic acid took off and took the skincare world by storm. However, in 2024, we started to see a bit of a backlash. A lot of online dermatologists and content creators are starting to move away from hyaluronic acid and suggesting their followers do the same. Brands have started switching up their formulations. Instead of just focusing down on hyaluronic acid, they're looking at some other great humectants and plumping agents. Well, in this video, I want to share with you a superstar skincare duo that's going to give you the plumpest, most hydrated skin of your dreams. And in doing so, minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and give some immediate and long-term anti-aging benefit. If that sounds almost too good to be true, don't be skeptical, watch to the end before you make that assessment. Sit back, relax, let's talk. Is this the end of hyaluronic acid? Now, before we get into today's video, I would love to know what your own take is when it comes to hyaluronic acid. There are those hardcore devotees that love the ingredient, and there's others that honestly have just never been that big a fan. I definitely fall into the latter category. Even when hyaluronic acid was at its peak hype, it didn't really work that well for my skin, so I've never been the biggest fan out there. But everyone's skin is unique, and I would love to know your own opinions. If you love your hyaluronic acid fix, let me know by leaving the tick emoji in the comments below, and let me know what your favorite hyaluronic acid serums are. If, like me, you're just not that big a fan of hyaluronic acid and you've already moved on, let me know by leaving the cross emoji again in the comments below, and kind of let me know what your hyaluronic acid experiences were. Whatever your thoughts on hyaluronic acid and what we're talking about in today's video, if you enjoy this style of content, an unsponsored, unbiased review of current trends in skincare, then let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. Here on Mad About Skin, I don't do sponsorships or paid partnerships because I think by turning down the coin, it helps me to retain my independence. So if you want to support me as a sponsorship-free content creator, liking any videos that you happen to enjoy is honestly the best way of doing it. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So we're going to quickly talk about hyaluronic acid, kind of what's going on with the industry and why brands and online content creators are turning their backs on this ingredient. We're then going to come on some great alternatives to hyaluronic acid, and I'm going to share with you my absolute dream pairing when it comes to plumper, smoother, line-free skin. That'll be towards the end of the video. I've left timestamps in the description box below, so if you want to jump to one section of the video over another, those timestamps are there for your convenience, so be my guest. So hyaluronic acid, in its most basic form, it's a humectant. This means it's going to draw in and retain moisture within itself. In doing so, it plumps itself out and can give a very immediate, albeit temporary, plumping effect on the skin. This is great if used in moderation because it can actually lock in some of the hydration. So for anybody that has more dehydrated skin type, using hyaluronic acid or other humectants can be a great way of really offsetting that. Brands, however, caught on to just how popular hyaluronic acid was becoming, and they started to use it in just about every single skincare product. You had hyaluronic acid serums, cleansers, moisturizers, sunscreens, you name it, a brand would put hyaluronic acid in it. And to be honest, like everything in life, too much of a good thing can be a problem. And that's really where the problems started. People started to notice the effects of using too much hyaluronic acid. People started reporting that actually it started to dry out their skin, which is to be expected. If you use too much, it will start sucking the moisture from the deeper layers of the skin, causing dehydration. People started to experience sensitivity, irritation, and impaired barrier function of the skin. These are all expected side effects of overdoing it with hyaluronic acid. I think brands wanted us to believe that when it came to hyaluronic acid, there were no drawbacks. Slap it on your skin to reap the benefits without ever having to worry about the side effects. This is never going to be the case with any skincare ingredient, and because hyaluronic acid was in everything, it was really hard for us, the consumer, to really avoid it, and that's where the problem set in. Of course, hyaluronic acid is just one of the humectants, and actually it's probably one of the least effective of the ones on the market. Yes, it's trendy, but it actually doesn't do a whole lot for our skin when you compare and contrast it to some of the other great options on the market, such as collagen, you apply topically, or even glycerin, which is one of my personal favorites. So online content creators, particularly in the dermatologist space, really in the last 12 months have started to move away from hyaluronic acid and suggest to their subscribers, you know what, there are better options out there. There are different humectants, which are going to give greater results, less risk of those side effects and irritation. And like everything, we should be using hyaluronic acid in moderation. Now, I didn't really have to worry about the change in trends here because my skin has never tolerated hyaluronic acid. I use just a tiny bit too much and I'm a red blotchy mess. So it's never really worked for me, and I've always been exploring the market for other humectants to get my plump game on point without having to reach for hyaluronic acid. And that's really where I discovered what I think are my holy grail combination. And this holy grail combo is glycerin and rosewater used together. Now, I know that might sound hideously old-fashioned and outdated because both of these ingredients have been around in skincare for centuries, but sometimes the oldies are a goodie. Something doesn't have to be new and trendy in order for it to perform. Sometimes we can look back to what our ancestors were doing, say 100 years ago, and thinking, you know what, maybe we could learn something from that. And I think glycerin and rosewater is a fantastic example of just that. Also, in 2024, we have access to new technologies, new formulas, which means we can use traditional ingredients like glycerin and rosewater in a more effective way, in a way that leaves a more elegant finish on the skin, which is really when I started to become a full convert. Now, there are lots of different rosewater preparations and glycerin serums on the market. There's even some products that already combine these two amazing products together, such as one of my personal favorites, the Boots Glycerin and Rosewater Toner, which I've been using for years and getting great results. But I actually find the very best way of harnessing the plumping and the anti-aging benefits of these two fantastic ingredients is to apply them separately in the same routine. I'm going to be sharing with you my two favorite options. In a nutshell, rosewater is fantastic because it calms and soothes the skin. It's got some great hydrating properties. It's very anti-inflammatory, which is fantastic because inflammation is actually the #1 trigger to premature aging and hyperpigmentation. Rosewater also has some antimicrobial benefits, so if you're someone that's super acne prone or breakout prone, it can also work to help minimize the prevalence of acne causing bacteria on the skin. Glycerin is hands down the best humectant, like I say, locking in that moisture and plumping out the skin. And so these two together are going to give you like a hydration overload, the very best when it comes to healthy, glowing and hydrated skin. So when it comes to get my glycerin and rosewater fix, like I said, lots of different options on the market, but my ultimate duo are these two products. For the glycerin fix, this is the Mad About Skin Multi-Active Super Serum that comes from my own skincare range. And then for the rosewater fix, this is the Timeless Rose Spray. Now, the reason I love these two is you're not just getting that glycerin and rosewater, you're also getting a multitude of different actives too. This guarantees you those quick wins, that instant line reducing plumpness and hydration to the skin, but also some long-term anti-aging too. You know, increasing collagen production and further minimizing the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles. I'm all for the quick wins, but I like to invest in products that are also going to give me some long-term payoff too, and that's what you're getting with these. Great thing is, because they're packed full of actives, really this is all you need. A cleanser, these two, and a sunscreen, and that's your morning skincare routine done. So in the Mad About Skin Multi-Active Serum, you've got a real high dose of that glycerin, which is the key ingredient. It's going to plump and hydrate. But you've also got a nice dose of azelaic acid, which is going to further reduce inflammation in the skin. You've got peptides for that long-term anti-aging benefit, and vitamin C to minimize and fade hyperpigmentation. You've got some great hydrators alongside that glycerin too for like plumpness overload. When it comes to the Timeless product, this is fantastic because you've got that rose, which is the key ingredient, but you've also got aloe, which is a great hydrator, calming and soothing ingredient. You've also got a touch of extra glycerin, not as much as within the Mad About Skin one, but a little extra to further complement this duo. And the best thing is you've got matrixyl, another great peptide, which works alongside the peptides in the Mad About Skin one to really double down on that anti-aging. So kind of see this as the best anti-aging plump skin duo that you're going to find. Best thing is, if you're watching this on the day of the video going live, the entire Timeless range is 50% off. Let that sink in. Run, don't walk, because it's only one day only. So if you're watching on the day of this video going live, Timeless has 50% off, which is celebrating their anniversary. And I will link in the comments how you can access that, alongside a link for how you can purchase this serum, which has just come back in stock after a whole long time of being out of stock. So yes, definitely a time to buy the Timeless one if you want to save 50% on their entire range. They do now ship to the UK and Europe too from their website. Everything but their vitamin C. The vitamin C, they won't ship to the UK and Europe, but everything else they will. The Mad About Skin one ships internationally, no matter where you happen to live. But for me, I think these two are the best when it comes to plumping. And how I choose to use them is I'll cleanse the skin on the morning. I'll cleanse the skin. I'll then give a good spritz of the Timeless Rose spray. Wait for it to dry down a little, but before it gets completely dry, when the skin's still damp, I'll put in 3 drops of the Mad About Skin serum, and 3 drops will do the face and the neck to perfection. Once you've done, honestly, you can use any of your other favorite serums alongside these because they're all super gentle and your other serums will complement them absolutely. Then top off with your sunscreen and you are good to go. Hydrated, glowing, plump, and that plumping action will actually immediately diminish the depth of fine lines and wrinkles that you have for like instant anti-aging. You get the long-term payoff with that peptide, azelaic acid, and vitamin C combination in these, which for me makes it a ding, ding, ding holy grail combo. There are of course other glycerin and rosewater preparations on the market. If you have any personal favorites, sound off in the comments section below and let me know. But wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and glow to the gods. Take care. Bye.